Of course, you know Adamu Garba. This man, you know him. You should know him, right? Adamu Garba, who has been once elected as Senator of the Federal Republic, represented a constituency in Yobe State, 2007. He was also rusticated from the Kano State University at the time. According to him, he said he led a protest that later turned violent, and that was how he was expelled from the university. He's out on social media. Of course, you should also remember there was a frontline supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu after he personally stepped down from contesting the 2023 presidential election. Right? He has, in a paradoxical manner, released some very detailed statement on social media detailing that the North is very pleased with Tinubu. However, in reading between the lines of his tweet in X, now formerly Twitter, you would understand that it was paradoxical in nature. He said he has been getting calls from concerned Northerners of how they have been shut down, and shut out of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. It seems like how he was expelled from the university, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has expelled him from governance. I'll read the tweet to you, and then we'll have some conversations around it. It's a long one. It was a long thread, but I'll dish into a couple of them. I quote him. I've been inundated by calls and text messages, WhatsApp messages that Tinubu is only appointing Yoruba people. Everything is Yoruba, etc. Another one is only appointing sons and daughters of his friends like Bisi Akonde, Ganduje, Abu Ibrahim. It has become a Padi Padi government, blah, blah, blah. Fact is, most of these people complaining, none of them contribute as half as I did for the campaign for President Tinubu. I used my personal resources, staked my integrity, made commitment to my followers, was called names, including brainless with so many insulting memes, but I haven't gotten any serious recognition. Am I complaining? No. But why? The truth is, reading on, Nigeria is a united country with different sensitivities. Over time, the presidency reflects mostly people from the region of the president. Check the Obasanjo regime. It was mostly of his own people. Some complaint most people did today of urbanization was same thing. Katsina na one Diko all over. Even President Jonathan was accused of Ijaw domination. It was same during the last President Buhari. It was run like a northern affair. You see, collectively, we Nigerians supported and voted for President Tinubu. That's a lie, but that's not the question. That's a lie. We must trust him to give us the best, and he cannot do so with multiple distractions. I'm a realist. This presidency is for the Southwest. Let the Southwest do its presidency in peace. Oh Lord. Okay, let me read this paragraph. This very important paragraph I want to read. As I said before, I am one of the most insulted persons during the campaign for Tinubu's presidency. I fight on media and many places against many people who today suddenly change themselves and start backing the president after all the insults that they have yes, and start after he formed the government. I was regularly mocked by those in opposition, and even my family questioning why. Yet I don't complain, and I still support the president. If you understand sarcasm, right, you will know that he is trying to pass a message. But this is clearly a pure paradoxical insinuations, trying to sell a message, but as a decoy to distracting you from understanding, but he's sending the real message in between the lines. And I'm happy that a lot of these guys are crying out. Well, we said it. Of course, I was talking to a friend a couple of hours ago, and then I meant it. Tinubu did not promise anybody anything. He just said, "Emi lo kan Yoruba ronu." it is my turn, and that's all. And then he told Yoruba people it is their turn, and that's how they woke up and realized that they needed to support their own because it is their turn. The last national president of this country was Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, late Umaru Musa Yar'Adua of blessed memory, after Obasanjo left. I do not agree with all this he's saying, because a lot of people that contributed immensely to Obasanjo's government, Dora Akunyili, Ngozi Okejo-Iweala, Obi Ezekwesili, Charles Soludo, and several others were never Yorubas. In short, Obasanjo is one of the most detribalized Nigerians alive. It doesn't mean he was a perfect president, but he was very detribalized, very, very detribalized. Of all the successive change of Senate president that happened in Obasanjo's time, he did not for once try to change region. It was from one region to the same region, changing presidents. Of course, you have to listen. Obasanjo was once a military officer, even though he pulled down khaki and wore agbada. So definitely no excuse for impunity and a lot of this abuse of power, but it is what it is. The Umaru Musa Yar'Adua left. The 6 years Jonathan spent in office, with all due respect to him, I know that because of how well we have been bastardized by Muhammadu Buhari and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we tend to now see Jonathan as a good or as a good man. He wasn't a good man either, right? We just had a very terrible president. Unfortunately, it seems that those that came after him, he became still better than them. And I never thought we would miss Buhari. That's the worst president Nigeria has ever had. Worst president Nigeria has ever had. But fortunately, we have a man now who is in office, and less than 1 year is looking like Buhari is being missed already. Jonathan spent 6 years of his time because he needed to fulfill the wish of those that said he was taking over northern powers, and he spent 6 years trying to please the north. Yet it was the same north that betrayed him and ensured that he did not get the last 4 years, even though he had told himself that by the last 4 years of his government, he will now focus on that area, especially the south where he came from. Of course, the north had other plans, and then that was all. The Buhari came around the most nepotistic government ever in the history of this country. I'm not sure whether even if there will be a president that will do as much as Buhari did. So I'm not angry and disappointed with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was, of course, I think I saw a tweet and I read it out here one day that after the election, the Yorubas in the APC wrote that it is time for them because they were suffered. And you know how government works, right? Let me tell you a bit of how government works in the study of politics. You starve them to have them. You starve them to have them. Maybe after a couple of weeks or months, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will take one person from the crowd of agitators. That person will be a key influence in the rest of them. So that person will be taken and the rest of them will keep quiet. He continued to do that, starve them to have them. Because hunger, lack of power, lack of influence, lack of capacity, and of course the future of politics, a lot of these guys are seeking relevance in government. And so if it doesn't take them so close right now, they will find a place to give one or two. But the greatest gain for politicians in starving people is during elections. And of course, if you do elections in this part of the world where vote buying is still a regular occurrence by all means possible, right? You understand what it means to starve the people. So you see, the people that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that Adamu Garba is complaining about now that is not taking care of, in 2027 election, they become relevant because monies will be made available to bind their people. Because they have spent several time hungry and stranded and struggling, it will be cheaper. It will be cheaper to buy votes in 2027 than they bought in 2023. I can tell you that because he is starving them to having them. I'm happy that it's get to this point, and then no disappointment at all. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is running the best of his government. If most Nigerians or some Nigerians wanted a government of national unity, a government of national discourse, national direction, national focus, national vision, and national result, there were people that were on the ballot that would have been given. But since some persons felt that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was who they want, let's begin to see how it is. And I pity Adamu Garba. Like he said, and sincerely was really insulted. He was abused. He was several things. Of course, several things were used, including to the point that he had to he created, I think he celebrated about 14,500 followers in his new app that he had to go and create his own app, right? Let me see if I can see that particular tweet again. I think I saw, yes, Croy, I think that's his name. 14,500 solid users currently. So he had to run because he was bullied to a corner. But it is what it is. We are here, we are, right? And I'm out of here. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.